Unfortunately guys, it is time to move on. This car is getting towed to the other side of the city. This car has caused me a lot of trouble and I'm kind of over it. As you guys know, I've been attempting the bodywork myself over the past few weeks and we've kind of hit that spot where it honestly is just taking up way too much of my time and I don't think I'm capable of doing a really good job. I wanted to give it a fair go because I feel like when you learn how to do things on cars, you inevitably save money in the long term. But don't worry guys, we aren't getting rid of it. I'm actually towing it to the other side of the city because we're going to be dropping it off to get bodywork done and to get it painted. Now, of course, not everything is going to go to plan, and we try to apply that logic here and attempt this myself. And look, we got pretty far, but I don't think I'm going to be capable of doing this unless I give myself like 6 months or so. So usually it is worth attempting stuff yourself, and I do recommend you try this at least one time in your life. It's very interesting. But we're going to hand this thing off to someone else that has a better idea of how to panel beat a car and paint it, because yeah, I don't know how to do that. The first thing we need to do before dropping the Skyline off for paint is to remove everything out of the car. I've used the car as a storage bin for all the parts laying around the garage, and removing everything will make it as easy as possible for the panel beaters to work on it. If you're ever dropping your car off to get work done, I highly recommend you do the same. And now the Skyline is completely empty. Alright, we have everything out of the Skyline now. It's completely empty, and we need to tow the car. Now, unfortunately my tow rig is broken, but we got a spare backup car. Usually to tow cars, we would take the Patrol, but you know, if you follow my Instagram, you would have seen that this thing broke down on me, I don't know, a few months ago now. But Nissans, man, Nissans suck. That's why we've got the good old trusty Land Cruiser, baby.
Look at this beast.
Tough rig. We're gonna grab the trailer, bring it back, load up the Skyline, and take it to the paint shop. Tough rig. Alright, we finally have the trailer at home, and the tough rig. Unfortunately, it's now raining, all right? And the Skyline has no glass. So this is gonna be a bit of a challenge. Driving the Skyline felt surreal. Although it might potentially have rod knock, this is the best the car has ever felt. It feels so weird to be driving this thing right now. Like, this is the furthest I've probably taken it, so like it feels like I could just send this thing down the main road. Now, loading the car up on the trailer was quite a tricky task as the alignment is so off it causes the front wheels to skip, and while driving up the trailer it would make the ramps hop to one side. So luckily I had Lachlan helping me out, guiding me, watching out, making sure that the car was moving straight and also moving the ramps every time they would hop. Alright, car's loaded up on the trailer now, boys. Let's head out of here and drop this thing off to Sims Metal. Alright guys, we are here with the Skyline. Have a sus. We're getting it loaded off the trailer, but first I want to introduce you to someone. This is Leyland.
Hi,
how you going?
Good, yourself?
Not too bad. You want to give us your elevated pitch on basically what you do and if you reckon you can fix this?
Alright, so I'm from Auto Indulgence. I've been around since 2004, all about vehicle modifications, as well as that sales and purchase of vehicles. So yeah, we were contacted regarding this vehicle and we want to see what we can do. We work alongside Royal Drip Works, so we're going to see what we can do. We want to try and get this project up and going and get it sorted for you.
Do you reckon the roof and everything is fixable, or?
That's something we're going to have to do a bit further work into it.
Yep.
Let's have a look and see how we can dig through, and we'll give an update in a minute.
Alright, cheers. Alright, we're going to unload the car and yeah, we'll have a sus. Alright, we're taking the car off the trailer now. Everything's all set up.
Yeah, a few other vehicles that are here at the moment. So we've got a Senator.
Yep.
Got a Jemmy. That's mine. That's a import Rover Mini X Street track car. That one's getting done in Nardo Grey as well. We've got a variety. We've got an S15 there. We've got a Evo here.
So the boys are just going over the car now, having a look at everything, sort of trying to get my idea of what I want done. Having a look over everything. It's pretty bad. This is probably going to be the hardest part out of all of the bodywork, trying to get this flat. I'm gonna need to come back with a bunch of other parts, like maybe potentially a new door, because you can see it's bent right there. Yeah, it's not gonna be an easy job for these guys. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's a lot of work. Like, I just noticed even your crash bar's cut.
So we're now currently trying to decide what color to paint the car. Like, I was originally gonna just do plain black, and what are you suggesting now that's gonna hide more of the real big problems with this car?
If we go for something a little bit more flat surface, like a Nardo grey, or
yep,
the actual surface area that it covers is a lot more.
Yep.
And also little imperfections, it'll hide that as well. You know, obviously we're trying to work with your budget as well. And that's not a track car, not a show car, but something in the middle here. So yeah, I reckon, my personal opinion, I reckon if we go like a Nardo grey with and we tint it.
Yep.
You know, get it as dark as we possibly can. As you know, the R32s come in a nice gunmetal grey metallic colour.
Yeah, I like that colour.
Yeah, so if we can go something a little bit close to that,
yep,
it's not going to be factory, so people will notice the difference. So it'll be unique, and it'll give you a better result, I would say.
This is going to be really hard to think about, guys. If you have any suggestions, of course, comment them down below. I've got a lot of thinking to do. Like, a Nardo grey would be pretty sick. Like, but I really want something like deep glossy, you know. Tricky, boys, tricky, but I'll let you guys know soon. So guys, how weird is this? The Skyline is gone. This is the first time I've ever really handballed off work to a shop. Usually I do everything in-house here in the garage. We do welding, we do mechanical work, we do everything to cars in this garage, and this is the first time that I've ever done something like this. So like everything in life, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and I want to give a massive shout out to firstly Yin for hooking it up with Auto Indulgence Australia. Without Yin, I wouldn't able to have that connection. Leyland from Auto Indulgence Australia works alongside Royal Drip Works, and Royal Drip Works is the shop that's going to be painting my car, fixing all the bodywork, fixing up the rust, and hopefully making it look new again. So over the next few weeks, the Skyline is going to undergo some crazy changes. I don't want to spoil too much yet, but as you guys know, it is missing a side skirt, it is missing rear pods, so that can only mean one thing. You guys are going to see some of the results that we get from Royal Drip Works. They're working on some crazy cars, and yeah, they're located in Dandenong, not too far from me. Anyway, it's been a few days since we actually filmed that video, and since then I've dropped the windscreen off, and we sort of mocked it up against the Skyline where the windscreen sits, and man, it is very off. The roof is very warped. Originally, the owner of Royal Drip Works suggested that we get like a roof cut. However, 32 Skyline parts are really hard to find, and even people like parting out shells is almost an impossible task, and the only roof cut we would be able to get is a non-sunroof roof cut, and I sort of want to keep that sunroof, but I don't know. But as you can see by the footage, the windscreen is very off. There's like literally like a 2-inch gap in between the windscreen and where it needs to sit. Like I probably could have done the whole bodywork myself, but like I said, it would probably take me like 6 months to really get it nice and flat and looking glossy after paint. You can see
it's fully buckled.
Yeah,
coming along here.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Same on the other side as well.
Yep.
So.
Oh yeah, it's even worse on this side.
Worst case, we'll have to make this convertible.
Chop the roof off. Now, I know we left the last video off on a bit of a cliffhanger to do with the engine, and the engine, yeah, it's not in good shape. It's making a really bad knocking sound. And a lot of you guys have been giving me suggestions on things that you think might be the problem of that noise. That sound is really loud. It does really sound like rod knock. And if that's the case, that's okay. Like, we will do something with the motor. We'll put an RB25 in it or something, or we'll build the RB20. I don't mind. I'm not too fussed about that. But for now, it's just going to be moving in and out of the shop. It doesn't make any knock on low idle, so it should be kind of okay. The garage is looking very, very empty in here without a project car, but that's okay because we got heaps of other cars to work on now that we have the Skyline out of here. And if you guys don't know, and if you've been following me for the 32 stuff, we got a Chaser, we got Barras, we got AU Falcons, and these cars need attention too, so we're coming back. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Catch up. So guys, this is the cheapest R32 Skyline in the country, and it unmistakably reflects that.